Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I just wanted to talk a little bit about Botox because I haven't done a video on it in about 18 months and I thought it was just time to revisit the subject. In addition to that, I went recently and I had my Botox refreshed and I also had a new area done. So I titled this video something about Botox results on an actual mature person, older person with wrinkles. So if that's what brought you here, welcome. And if you're one of my longtime viewers, you know that I am a regular user of Botox and that I love it and that I like to do less expensive skincare so that I can save my money for what I consider to be the big guns, like Botox, the expensive things that actually do work. You know, people want a topical solution, and as much as I would love to tell you that there is a topical solution, and as much as I am hoping that someone invents one in the near future, unfortunately, there isn't anything that you get the same bang for your buck kind of thing as you can from Botox. And I'm not here to convince you to use Botox. I'm not here to tell you that there are no risks or side effects. Obviously, everyone needs to make their own decision about what they're comfortable with and what they're willing to do and how much money they have to pump into their face, on a quarterly basis. So in this video, I'll be showing you a little bit of before and after footage from the most recent time that I got Botox. And just to give you a little backstory history on my Botox use and how old I am going to be 53 in 2 weeks. And I was a product of the 70s where we laid out and baked in the sun. So I have a ton of sun damage on my face from years and years and years of blistering sunburns and just bad abuse, no sunscreen. I actually started protecting my skin 20 years ago when I was about 35. I started wearing a hat when I was at the beach and putting on lots of sunscreen, and I feel like that has helped. But nevertheless, all the early sun damage that I did when I was younger is here and is showing on my face. But as usual, I digress. Back to Botox. Anyway, so I started getting Botox first when I was 45 because I am a scowler. When I go out in the sun or if I'm angry, I can't do it right now because my Botox is actually in effect, but I scowl and I get the wrinkles, the 11s, right here. So those started forming and being permanent when I was about 45. So I started then going in and just getting a little bit of Botox right in between my eyebrows. And it was a great experience. I loved it. It lasted a long time back then. It lasted about 6 months. I only had to get it twice a year. And of course, since then, as I have aged and my wrinkles have increased, I have started to, sort of slowly ramp up the amount of Botox that I'm getting pumped into my face. Usually I pretty much just stuck to right there for the majority of the time. The last couple of years I've been trying different things. So one time I went and I wasn't liking the wrinkles in my forehead, so I had my entire forehead done. A couple times that I go, I get this and then a little bit up here. And this last time I went, I actually had my crow's feet done. Okay, so I got this Botox done on June 11. So it's been in there about 5 weeks, and at about 5 weeks is when mine should be in its, most full effectiveness. It takes about 2 weeks after they inject it for it to really get into full effect. So you won't see the full effects for 2 weeks, and then from the 2 weeks out to however long it takes for it to wear off is when it should be good. So mine tends to last about 10 to 14 weeks on average. So at 5 weeks, this should be like the height of it. And as you can see when I scowl, I can still pull these together a little bit. Come in closer so I can show you. Just when I'm moving my face normally and talking without trying, that is still, and I don't see the wrinkle there, so that's great. I also had 10 units done up here in my forehead. So I just have them do like the 25 here, and then I just have them spread 10 right up in the middle here. So that makes it so that I can still lift my eyebrows, and they lift up on the sides here, but the middle is still. And I can move my eyebrows so I can do facial expressions, I can wink, I can do all kinds of stuff with my face. It's not completely frozen, but it's at the point where when I'm not moving it, it's nice and smooth. So that is what 35 units carefully placed in my forehead does for me. The place that I get it, this guy is great. He's here on the South Shore in Massachusetts in Cohassett, Dr. Christian Ford. If anybody's interested in going to visit Dr. Ford, please tell him that Angie sent you. He is a board-certified plastic surgeon. He went to Stanford. He's really qualified. He's a great guy. And he has these great email deals where a couple times a year he offers Botox for $10 a unit. And of course I always run in there when he has it as long as the timing is working for me. And it was. So I just had it done at $10 a unit. So that cost $350 to do the glabellar and the 10 unit spread up into my forehead, and then I put another 200 into my crow's feet. And I wanted to show you the results on my crow's feet because I had them done once before a few years ago. I really didn't like the result. When I smile, my smile lifters lift up from here, so my cheeks lift up from here. So my under eye wrinkles are mainly under my eyes, and my crow's feet were never actually that big because when I smile, it doesn't lift from out here and I don't get the big crow's feet. It has made my crow's feet a slight bit smaller, but it hasn't really done much for, you know, the crepiness underneath. But it's making my crow's feet be less like long. They're definitely shorter and they're definitely a little bit minimized, but this is one place where they're not completely gone. Like, I think Botox works best in the forehead and in the 11s because when I have that stuff done, the wrinkles are gone. Like, you can't even see them. It doesn't move. It's very smooth. Here, the wrinkles are still there. It hasn't erased them completely. And I think it's just the way the muscles move in this area, and they're very strong, and you can't paralyze. It's too many muscles that make your smile happen that you can't paralyze them all effectively. And if you do try, then you do get that absolutely no motion kind of, you know, can't move your face look. I don't strive for that. I strive for more of a natural look, obviously, and I hope that I achieve that. But it's all a give and take with your provider. You know, you have to tell them kind of what look you're going for, how much you want to put in. It is temporary. It does wear off. Obviously, if you keep going back like clockwork at, you know, 10 weeks or 3 months, then yes, it won't be worn off. But it's not like a facelift or something where you are stuck with it forever if you don't like it. If you know you don't like it, you don't have to go get it done again. And that's how I kind of felt about my crow's feet, is I didn't really like it the first time I had it done there, so I didn't have it done again. But now, you know, 3 or 4 years later, I'm like, oh yeah, those wrinkles are getting kind of bigger, maybe I'll try it there again. And you know, I don't know if I'll get it done there every single time. So I just wanted to give you an update on what I had done and what prompted me to have my eyes done and how I liked it. So now let me bring in the before footage. This is shot in my car right before I went into the doctor's office to have it done. All right, I'm about to go in and have my Botox refreshed. Just wanted to show you my forehead before. So as you can see, lots of movement up there, lots of scowling right there. But my permanent line hasn't really popped back out yet. You can see this one's just starting to come. But these guys are really starting to bug me because they're getting much more visible without me even doing motions. And I find that when I talk, I raise my eyebrows all the time. I was also thinking of getting some done around my eyes because my crow's feet are getting bigger, of course, as I'm getting older. And I feel like a little prevention is in order. So those are the 2 things I'm thinking of having done. And so we'll see what this will be the before video. And then we'll do some after and we'll see how it comes out. When I come out of there, I look like I have been attacked by a nest of angry hornets. And I have red welts all over the place. My skin is very sensitive. So I can't just go, you know, right back to what I was doing, but some people can. I didn't have any bruising this time, which was great. In order to not have the bruising, it helps to not take any blood thinners, also to stop any fish oil or other blood thinner types of things that you may take. And then if you do have bruising, eating pineapple can help, and so can arnica gel. So just let me come in close and show you how the eyes came out. So there was the before and after. I put it out there so that I can help you make a decision if it's something that you've been considering that you might want to do. You can see what kind of results you can expect, how much it would cost, or what my wrinkles look like beforehand, and so that, especially so that you can see what it looks like on someone who actually has wrinkles. I know there are, of course, a ton of videos out here on YouTube with people who are in their 20s and 30s showing them getting Botox. In my mind, they don't need it yet. So that's the video for today. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.